Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome to this week's episode of TDU Boys. No, I'm Matty P. You're Marky D.
Whoa, we changed.
Marky D. Changed. Freaky Friday. We've swapped. How funny would that be?
Oh.
How are you, mate? It's been a week for me, but how are you?
Not too bad. Sorry, everyone. We were a bit late. Just discussing things off air, business stuff. So we apologize for that. But I'm doing pretty good. We do
apologize for being a little bit late. We here we go, as Mr. Unholy says. But we had a bit of an interesting start. So look, I don't know, Mark. I had a crazy week outside of Steelerland, and that's why the channel's been a little bit quiet. We'll pick that up over the next couple of weeks. So my apologies there. I've also had a chat yesterday, briefly sent a couple of messages back and forth with a good friend of Mark and mine from BTSC.
Who is it?
Well, we'll keep that surprise. But they're very keen, or he is very keen. I don't think they've got anyone.
Oh, it's a guy from BTSC.
It's a guy from BTSC. Gets a bit more cluey.
Can't be a girl, there can. There's no girls over there, is there?
There's no girls. That's what I mean. So it's got to be a he. But I don't know. These days, you never know. Could be.
Oh, it's an American person over there too. I think they're American.
That's right. So anyway, some cool stuff to come there. But Mark, I mean, I don't know. Like, we saw more OTA stuff roll out. I mean, I know you were covering on Steelers, Steeler Nation odds around, the Kevin Dotson stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just sort of feels like, and then obviously some people mentioning Dalvin Cook in the live chat. Obviously, that's an interesting cut. I heard the Broncos win for him. They've already got Javonte Williams. I don't really get that. But he's from Miami, so kind of makes sense to go there. I don't know. Like, it just seems to be this.
What's gonna happen?
We're in that ordinary off-season stuff, and does any of it really matter until training camp anyway?
No, the first thing with Dotson, I don't know if we covered it last time, I can't remember, but to me, it's like Dotson, he said what he said, and it wasn't that bad. He just said that he's looking out for Dan Moore. He doesn't think that that Jones is going to start. So why would people be annoyed or pissed off that he said that Jones wasn't going to start? There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I kind of had a bit of problem with Dotson was like, he almost conceded defeat and didn't want to be left guard. At the same time, though, he knows that the guy came in to take his job. Why can't he say that? I get annoyed is like the Steelers fans say, they get angry when players don't say anything, right? They don't, we don't say anything. They're just giving us cookie-cut answers. And the next time he says something, oh my goodness, you can't say that. It's like, come on, man. It's not even that bad. It's just all Dawson was saying, and pretty much on the podcast, it was the Three Stands podcast with Caleb and D Gray. They got something going over on Steelers Nation Multimedia, I think the thing is. Right. It was, to me, it was just him just talking, saying Dan Moore should be able to start, and he doesn't think Jones will. I think it's overblown. Also, Dalvin Cook, not going to happen. We have Warren. We were looking for a third running back, not a second. We have Warren. It's fine.
100%. I love that Mr. Unholy said you guys want to make an entrance. And I think that the thing about Dotson, how long have I said they could move Dotson? If they've kind of said to him, you're not the left guard because of Ciamalo, and you've got Nate Herbig there, and if that's the attitude, worst case, and they've actually said that, maybe they are shopping him. I don't know. I don't think it matters either way. It's good depth.
Here's what I'm waiting for in October 15th, right? If Ciamalo goes down and we've traded Dotson, and then the Steeler Nation starts screaming and saying, we haven't got a backup left guard. That's what I'm waiting for.
And you know what? We talked about this a while back, and I want to get into this other controversial topic we've got. Hey, Jennifer, welcome to the show.
She's famous, She got shouted
out.
Yeah,
I know. She keeps getting featured everywhere. So, give a shout out. Jennifer, make sure you include that every time you comment the TDU link as well. So what was it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think when you look at, we talked about this a while back, but when you look at starting the season with Dan Moore or Broderick Jones, you've got to go up against San Francisco, then we go Cleveland, Patriots week 3.
Patriots are week 15. We got week 3.
Who's week 3? There's 4 Russian teams week 4. But anyway, you've got I remember looking at the roster, there's 4 teams that run the football, and those 4 teams also have good pass rush. You might not want to put Broderick Jones in until then. If anyone, they've got up until, I think Broderick Jones
it's the Raiders. The Raiders are week 3, I think.
Wade's a week, right? So you got Max
Mm.
Crosby, right? So like when you look at it from that perspective, you don't necessarily want to just throw Broderick Jones in there to the Wolves, because the problem is like linemen in their first year, or even first years, are always going to make mistakes. We've seen that out of Dan Moore.
Yes, exactly.
But you don't want to crash his confidence while he's learning that scheme. And remember, like the first half of the season last year, as the O-line got used to Pat Meyer, it wasn't like, there was a lot of poor play, to be honest, in some parts of it. And then it got better through the season. We can't afford that. We need a fast start. If we Steelers get a fast start, they can secure a spot in the playoffs. So, I mean, I think this Dan Moore's Broderick Jones is a bust because he didn't start. Cam Hayward hardly played in his first year.
But it's going to go either way, though. So if you start Jones and he starts to fail, then you'll start hearing that he's a bust, right? And if you go the other way, then you don't play, and they're like, why aren't they playing him? We're just never happy. It's just play. I think Dan Moore starts. I really do. I think he starts.
So do I. I've got over and under. I've got a show coming on. I've got a series coming up that we're going to do as part of the War Room shows on. I was thinking about it yesterday. We're going to look at each rookie and like predicted stats, predicted starts. What are benchmarks for them? And my benchmark for Broderick Jones is 12 games. I don't think he'll play more than 12 games this year.
Yeah, but I reckon go with the best man. I think start Dan Moore. I think.
So Jennifer and Jer say they've been asking DK Pittsburgh Sports to make sure they get you on with Ramon Foster.
Yeah. Sean told me that today. It'd be fantastic. That'd be cool.
That's hectic, man.
Talking to DK and Ramon, I'd be a bit nervous. I think talking to Ramon Foster. He's famous.
So we're going to do, we'll get into the topic. We even paid for it. It was a super chat. So I had to read it.
Free promo. Thanks, Sean.
Daredevil, did you block Steeler Out West? Whatever.
Maybe. Unless, you know what it might be, Steeler Out West? It could be when you go to your live chat, it could be top messages. You've got to change that to live messages. That's one
Reginald.
thing it could be that. Change it to live messages. That might work.
Reginald, I've always wondered this. Can you tell us, do you go by like the nickname Reggie or Reg, or is it just you like Reginald? I'm just curious, that's all. So we're going to do something a bit different today. It's going to be a bit controversial. We are going to look at an All AFC North team, something a bit different. It is the off season, and but we wanted to look at it from the perspective of how the Steelers have gotten better or worse. In terms of the off season, the players they've got, how those guys develop. There might be guys that a year ago, we probably wouldn't have put Pickens there. Maybe we do put Pickens there. So Mark and I are going to bring up our favorite depth chart format. We've got that ready to go.
Clean.
And I've cleaned it out. There's no Steelers there. There's no starter, no this, no that.
Go on.
I mean, I don't know if we need to pick the long snapper, except for the fact that Mark loves Christian
Kuntz. That's to be Christian Kuntz. There's no other way. That's the only one.
So it might test a little bit of our player knowledge and stuff. But,
we'll.
Also, live chat, we want to go off what you guys think as well. So definitely throw your suggestions in as we go position by position. So Reginald says, doesn't matter. Most people say Reg or Reggie. Okay,
you want to hear a fun fact? My dad wanted to call me Reggie. It didn't happen. So they ended up calling our dog Reggie instead when I was younger.
I reckon sick name. I love the word Reg.
I reckon if I was called Reggie, I would have been much cooler than Mark. Like the whole time of my existence, everything would have been different. I mean, everything. Okay. So dad's and the mum, can we call the son, Reggie? And mum's like, no way. No offense, Reginald, but and then we called our dog Reggie.
Pepper says it's the fashionably late boys down under. Hey yo,
we're talking business.
We're doing it. We've done plenty of early shows. Man. I love
6 hours of content. We've got to play the start or the halfway through the content of the 6 hour show.
Hey, Pepper, we're going to get halfway through this team and then we're going to spin the wheel. And if the wheel ends on the wrong thing, then we're over for the day. Just joking. We're not going to do that with this. Do
it again. Do it now.
Oh my God, how pissed off would everyone be after waiting?
End the stream, yes or no, right now. We just put it on for 10 minutes. Oh, we can't do that. No way.
All right, let's kick in a quarterback, right? So I don't know, Marky D. To me, there's one name. There's two names here. But if you're picking it, and we probably can pick two because you need two quarterbacks if you're playing a game. Right?
Yes.
I'm happy to like. We're going to pick probably 3 or 4 wide receivers.
Are we
We're
building
pick three tight ends.
The best team we can ever build.
Yeah,
ever.
right. Exactly.
Okay,
So we're not going to have
idea.
3 quarterbacks. We'll just have 2 because most teams carry. We'll just say they carry 2 into a game.
Yeah.
So I think we pretty much know who they are. But who's your starter?
I would say you have to go Joe Burrow. He's the best quarterback in the league. We all know why, and that's all I'm going to say for Joe Burrow. But because
now, obviously we're going KP8 next, right?
Well, I'm going to throw a bit of spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Right. Why would you put KP8 in there when maybe they could be a similar player? When I would probably put in a look, he's a superstar. I put in for gadget plays and ideas Lamar Jackson. Just saying.
But I was going to be controversial and say I'd put Lamar Jackson.
Put him at running back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. We've been doing shows way too long. The fact you preempted that, I had that locked and loaded, like for the last probably 25 minutes. That was going to be my
See how quickly we take the piss when it's like only we make Lamar Jackson a running back already, like in the first one. Because I would agree with that. I think it's funny too. That makes more sense. Because I think he's a talented player. Like you need him on the roster.
Well, all right. Well, we're starting to talk about running back, right? So I mean, you could play him at tight end. You could play him at flex tight end.
We're talking like an all Madden team, like the best, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, if you had him on this team, put him wild.
We're not going to be silly. We're not going to be silly like too much. We're just this is realistic what you could do. All right, who's your starting running back though? Who's your 2 to 3 down?
I tell you who I like. I think I like Nick Chubbs. I think he's the guy.
Yep.
I think there's no one on the Bengals I like. I think it's Nick Chubbs from the Browns. I've always liked. He's the only Brown I like.
Who's your backup?
Well, I'd probably say Najee then. Behind that.
So this is where I think it's interesting because like you kind of need someone that offers something different to Najee, and Chubb kind of offers that. Like I wonder whether you go like I think Dobbins can do a little bit. I like the idea of Warren in that change of pace.
Warren's going to go off this year, man. I reckon he's
yeah, man. So I don't know. Like you want to say Naj, but the difference between Chubb and Naj, that's kind of the. Although Chubbs can do that. Yeah, we'll pick Naj.
If we are realistic though, and we actually have Lamar Jackson on the team, you can figure out ideas how to work him into the system and get him like 8 plays, 9 plays.
You'd have him like a Taysom Hill, basically.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That'd be a good idea. So
I'll put Najee, but like I do think Warren goes in there. Are
we trying to get 53? We're not gonna worry too much about numbers. You're trying to go.
We'll try and get to 50. We'll try and get to 50. This should roughly fill out to 50. I know the kind of rough numbers we need. So, who's your fullback?
So before we go that, you think that Warren's the best second running back?
I think he's one of the best blocking running backs in this league.
Yeah, true. That's
I think he's a change of pace back. I think. I don't think we've only started to see. Well, I think we've barely scratched the surface. You saw it early on, late in the season. Sorry. Around
You're probably right, actually.
Ability in the passing game, and I'm really open to that.
Probably right. I think we like the duo there is. I think he's better than Mixon. I think he's better than Dobbs. Well, Dobbs can play, but
Mixon's in there.
Yeah, but can't. I don't like. Can't choose Mixon.
But Mixon's good out of the passing game, man.
I don't like because all the off-field stuff he's going through. Isn't he been charged twice or something?
It's actually true. Welcome, Maurice. Let us know how we should pronounce that as well.
Maurice.
I think English spelling it can be said as that's how you can spell Morris as well.
They call me a fake Aussie. I reckon they're a fake Steelers fan. I reckon they're a Ravens fan. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Okay. They always give me slack for being fake Aussie.
Well, it's okay. Well, it's AFC North, so we welcome all people.
I'm only joking.
We're getting ecumenical here. All right. What about fullback? Who do you like at fullback? I'm probably going to pick 2 fullbacks for this roster as well.
You know what? Fullback. Well, you want 2 fullbacks?
Well, I was going to go Connor Haywood and Ricard, the massive dude out of the Ravens.
Do the Bengals even have a fullback? They don't, do they?
Nah.
No, they don't.
Rosie Nix play for them at one point?
I don't think so. I know that Rosie Nix ran over a Raven. That was fantastic. Yeah, I'd probably go Patrick Ricard. He's a big fullback. He's good. The Bengals haven't got a fullback.
Mate, he's massive, man.
Do the Browns have a fullback? They don't have a fullback either on the roster.
They did.
I can't
They do. Oh, what's his name? They do. Well, they did.
I'd go with Hayward. And I think those two are pretty good players. Definitely Hayward
All
and
right.
Ricard.
What about I'm actually going to highlight this later on in the different team colors, but what about so tight end? I don't know. I'm thinking Mark Andrews
Has to be Andrew. We can't stop that guy. He's one that I fear is Fry move too. Yeah.
And then
who would be your third though?
Darnell, man, I reckon.
You're going to take him over Njoku?
Oh, I don't rate him. Njoku had a better year last year than I thought, but he's on way too much money than what he's worth. And I don't like with Ricard and Hayward, and if you're picking Lamar as this flex player, I kind of don't like I don't like what he would offer you. He's only about 6'2". Like I don't know. I don't like that. I think you can put Darnell as that sixth offensive lineman would be huge because Andrews and Freemuth, you know, they're your pass catching.
Imagine those
guys.
two blokes together, Andrews and Freemuth.
Oh man, it'd be lights out. Man.
That'd be insane. I agree with that. You're bringing Darnell to be the third bloke. Yeah, do that. It's really easy so far, actually. Even though we've got Joe.
I know. I thought it'd be. Now this you've spoken too soon. Now we've got to do wide receivers.
Okay, no OBJ. I'm not doing any like that.
No, I'm not doing OBJ.
You'd have to probably go Jamar Chase or something like that. You probably need him on your team for sure. He's an outstanding receiver. He's number one.
Yeah.
You could also probably choose all three of the Bengals guys, but then to me, you need Pickens in there. I think I wouldn't probably put in the all team to put Deontay in there, but even though I like Deontay,
What about because you've got Chase, you know.
But then what about like Ravens? Any Ravens guys? Probably not, is there?
Well, Bateman's pretty good. I think people sleep on Bateman. If you're picking 4, we'll pick 5. You'd probably put Bateman in there. Oh, you got Amari Cooper though, man.
Yeah, but he's pretty good, but they don't use him well enough, do they? But if
they're picking this team, you're probably putting Amari Cooper in there.
Yeah. How many receivers we need? 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so who we got so far? So we got Chase, Pickens, Higgins. Higgins is up there for sure. Cooper. So we need one more. One more is pretty good. We haven't even asked the chat yet.
I know. I'm just like off doing our own thing.
Sorry, chat. Johnson for third.
You pick him over Boyd in the slot though.
So you're gonna have all 3 Bengals. So we've basically got the Bengals team here, man. Joe Burrow with all the Bengals.
No, we don't. We don't.
Or so John. Yeah, okay. So Chase would be excellent. Pickens for sure. Higgins is up there because he burns us too, right? Doesn't he? Dude, that's not bad. Okay, if you put Johnson in, that's not bad. I like that. So the funny thing is, there's no Ravens at all at receiver, which makes sense.
Let's see if we can fit 6 on the roster, and we'll put Bateman in there just for kicks.
You like Bateman?
Okay. He's the best on their roster. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was cool.
All right.
Left tackle. This is your domain, man. Offensive line. I've been struggling for like 25 years. Left tackle. I don't know who would be the. Oh, isn't there a new bloke for the Bengals?
Ronnie Stanley. Yeah, I think Ronnie Stanley's the best in the AFC North. I think he's better than Orlando Franklin. Yeah, I'm probably. I reckon you're picking Ronnie Stanley.
All right, pencil him in.
Yeah.
Left guard, I do like our bloke though, Marlowe from the Eagles.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else you've got.
I'd say, was it Joel Biantonio? Who's that bloke?
Yeah, Joel Biantonio, but he's getting on a little bit. This is where it starts to get really hard. The guards.
I say Marlowe because I think he's going to do good things, and also because he went.
He was on a Super Bowl offensive line, so I'm just having a look at.
I don't know the other blokes. I don't know the other guys.
Because you got like Jedrick Wills,
Kevin Dotson. You know.
Yeah. Kevin Dotson. That was a good one, man. I like that. I'm just trying to look. That is a hard one, man. Actually, you know, like let me go back to the Browns, but Biantonio, because like I don't know, like are you thinking James Daniels at
At
thinking
left
James
guard.
Daniels at right guard. No, at right guard.
Let me see who we have there. We have, I don't know who these blokes are. Alex Kappa, never heard of you. Kevin
He's not
Zelter, never heard of you.
No, he's not
Todd,
there.
yeah, I'd probably say James. Like, yeah, I'm going to pick all the Steelers. I don't know who the blokes are. Wyatt Teller, right guard for the
He's all right.
Browns.
I reckon you probably got to go Batonio. Anyone in the live chat have an opinion on that? Future Pro Bowler Kendrick Green.
Jeez. Yeah, put him in there.
You probably got to pick Batonio. Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm picking Siamalu. No. We're going with this. We're picking Siamalu.
Yeah, put him in there. 3-year contract.
I'll go with that over Batonio.
Center, though, is an interesting one. I don't think it's going to be Mason Cole. I think it's probably better center than Mason Cole, right? Surely he's better center than Mason Cole.
Yeah. Well, the Browns have Pochich.
And Linderbaum.
Yeah, I say I'm not a Linderbaum fan. Who's the Bengals? The Bengals actually have a decent center. It's so hard with all the changes as well. Yeah. Mason Cole's the center.
Is he the better one out of all the centers, you reckon? I have no idea.
Yeah, I actually think he's the best center, easily.
Look at Pepperrote. Oh, that's so funny. I'm sorry, Pepper. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we got ourselves into this mess.
All right, right guard. Who wants right guard? Oh, hooly dooly.
Okay. Teller is a good player though, actually.
Teller
yeah, friend. He's probably the backup though. I'm gonna put Teller there.
What team do you play for?
Browns.
Oh, okay.
Bengals. Who are you thinking of? Do you think Jan Daniels at right guard? We're going to go we're going to go the Steelers interior?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. They have improved the interior.
Yeah, they really have over the last 2 years. I'd probably say Daniels because I just don't know. I don't know the other blokes. Offensive line's always my worst part of any team that I focus on. And then, let alone, I know the Steelers guys, so it's hard enough to know other guys. So I'd probably say Daniels.
Trey Hill played pretty well last year for Georgia. I just think Mason Cole's I think Mason Cole had a really good year. I felt like during the season I wasn't that big a fan of Mason Cole, and then after the season I'm like, yeah, I'm on the Mason Cole train.
What do we think, chat? What do we think for right guard, mate?
I'll just go back to the Ravens. Yeah, Pepper calling us out. I love it. Yeah, I think
just put the whole Steelers offensive line. I guess you could put Daniels in there. He's a big fella. Didn't make no penalties last year.
Ben Powell. No, I think James Daniels. I think the Steelers have the best interior, and that's the point of this show is to have a look at how the Steelers have improved. I'm going James Daniels. Right tackle. I would probably go Orlando Franklin, even though he doesn't want to play there, because that's why he left and went to the Chiefs. He didn't really want to play there.
What team's he on? Franklin. Who's he on?
Franklin's now with the Bengals. He was the new guy that they brought in.
Oh, not on my roster, but okay. I've got Jonah Williams.
So Jonah Williams was the left tackle, right? And then they've brought in Orlando Franklin. So
you mean is it Orlando Brown?
Looking at shopping Jones.
I've got Orlando Brown here, Jr. Is that the guy you're talking about?
Yeah.
You said Franklin. Who's Franklin?
Oh, Orlando Brown. Why do I call him Orlando Franklin? Yeah. Orlando Brown. What am I
he's the new guy from the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, but he played at the Browns, and he played left tackle when Ronnie Stanley was injured. And then he was like, I want to play left tackle. And they were like, well, we're not moving Ronnie Stanley, one of the best left tackles in the league. Why do I call him Orlando Franklin?
I have no idea. That's the guy I was thinking of, though. The big addition, yeah.
Why would I call him that? I don't know.
You think of the show Franklin with the turtle. Maybe you get that in your mind.
I have not thought about that in a Oh my god! Oh, that's that's funny. Oh wow, that's a whole nother ball game there. Who are you going back up left tackle?
Mate, I struggle enough trying to find anyone to be a starter. I'd be the worst AFC North coach. Back up left tackle. The new bloke, Jones.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling like too.
Our mate. Broderick Jones, left tackle. And then the internet can... Well, they shouldn't start Stanley, should start Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's 8 offensive linemen. I think that kind of does the job.
Yeah, here's the fun part. All right, chat, we need your help this time. We'll ask for your help this time. Left.
All right, let's start backwards from this side, right?
Oh, that's easy.
We'll get into debate around the rest of it, right?
Kunz. There's no other person in Kunz.
Right.
Sorry. Who are the other long... Carl Adomidis. That's not funny. That's not a funny name. That's for the Bengals.
We're not picking the based on funny names.
Nick Moore. That's a boring name. That's for the Ravens. Of
All
course.
right, so punter... I like the Ravens punter, the guy they had last year they brought in the draft.
Punter. What's his name?
Yeah.
Stout.
I'm pulling up.
Yeah. Good old Stout. Yeah, bring him on.
Yeah, Stout. What's his first name? Is it
Jordan Stout?
Jay. Okay, Jay.
I could be controversial here for kicker. I really could be.
Evan McPherson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. What are we thinking? We got Justin Tucker, man.
Oh, true. I forgot about Tucker. But everyone chooses Tucker. Actually, you know what? AFC
I think Boswell's just as good a kicker. I don't think Justin Tucker would be as good a kicker. He'd be a good as physically kicker, but he wouldn't have as good a percentage if he played in Pittsburgh. No friggin' way.
The AFC North has some really good kickers, and McPherson's coming up for sure. He's really on the money.
Yeah.
Remember the
Kate York for the Browns is not a player. He had a good rookie year, man.
Yeah, Justin Tucker and Chris Boswell, their stats are very similar. 91%, I think, for Tucker, or 90%, and then Boswell's about 88%. Very similar. This one's a hard one. I don't know.
But I'm thinking this team plays it at Acrisure because it's the best stadium or the best place to play in the friggin' league, and the best place to play in AFC North, which means that you would have to have someone that you can trust kicking.
Who's got the better nickname? He has probably the best nickname out of all of them, right? What do they call Tucker? I don't know what they call him. Tuck? I don't know. I'd probably say the Wiz got the best nickname.
Are we going Chris Boswell? And you know what? You know what we've seen? Chris Boswell can take a hit. So he wins.
He can pass too. Throw TDs. Yeah, put him in there. Boswell's king.
I think we're just going to go Minka. I don't even think we need to contest this one.
There's no Bengals there anymore. There's no Ravens. Haven't got any good free safeties. The Browns, I don't think they have any good blokes there. Minka has to be up.
No. So here's the thing. Here's the thing we've got to decide. Are we going to play a strong safety and a free safety, or are we going to play a left and right? Because if you're going to play a left and right safety, Marcus Williams, the Browns guy, is pretty good. Remember, he was at the Saints?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's a top mate. He's a top safety in the league.
Well,
depends whether we want to play typical Steelers.
I'm happy with Minka. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Minka being there, and then find someone else on the other side. But I don't really see anyone that excites me in any of these safeties. Actually,
I actually quite like Delpit on the Browns. I will say that. He's definitely a guy.
Yeah, this is your wheelhouse, man. You make the choice here or the chat or whatever, because I think I like Minka, but then I don't really think anyone else I can really think of any ideas.
Well, that's why I'm asking you: are we going to go strong? Are we going to go the typical strong safety or not? Because if we're going strong safety, then we're not playing left and right deep safeties. We're just going to go strong safety.
Yeah, strong side, left side, that kind of style.
That makes it hard. I do like Ronnie Harrison. I'm probably picking Ronnie Harrison over Keanu Neal, to be fair.
Where is he? Is he
Browns? He's a big hitter, 214 pounds out of. He played at Bama. I think he might have played with Minka. Yeah, I'm picking Ronnie Harrison.
Pepper, we can't say that.
What did he say?
Pepper's on one today, mate. She's on one. I just call him Justin Effer. We can't say that. We get banned.
Backup safety.
Kazi
Williams.
Okay, no
Kazi every time. And then I'm probably picking Delpit or Neal. Probably picking Delpit because we don't need we won't need Neal to come into the box, which I think is one of the benefits of having him. Oh, there is Von Bell, though. No, I'm picking Delpit. I'm just going to go with it because we want to talk about the other guys.
I like what Maury says. He just put middle linebacker for the rest of the Steelers D. 100%. Just play all the linebackers. JW says
All right.
Hamilton number 2. What about Hamilton?
I'm not a fan of Hamilton.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he doesn't belong there. But if I'm looking at safe, that like he's more of a. He's not great in pass coverage, but he's not the biggest box hitter. And I think Delpit's more versatile in sub packages.
Yeah,
but it is hard. If Williams wasn't on the Ravens, then yeah, I'd probably back Hamilton. I'm just thinking of how we want to scheme it. That's right. Bell was on the Panthers now anyway. Yeah. Cornerback's going to be really hard. What are you thinking then, Mark? I mean,
cornerback,
there's a lot of good cornerbacks in the AFC North.
Yeah, give me a look here. Hang on. Well, they okay. So Bengals, more Ravens, right? Who's that bloke?
Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, he's probably up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's in there. I'd probably say even Peterson would be in there because he's a veteran dude. I'm
going to put Peterson in the slot.
Denzel Ward, he's pretty good.
He's very good. That's what I mean. The AFC North's got some really good guys. Let's put them, and then let's put a few in, and then we can rank them, right?
Yeah.
We forgot Conklin at tackle. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking Conklin. Conklin's a really good tackle, man. We might have to come back to that.
But even like, I like my mate Mike Hilton. I think he's always been a good player. You know, I'd cheer for him, but not anymore because he's a Bengal. But I'd say he would be excellent in the defense. It was so fun to watch coming off the edge, so fast. Remember he got his
gotten that. You know, the big thing was the Brown. Remember what we said? The Browns. I mean, the Bengals aren't going to do he'll be back on the Steelers. They won't know how to use him. Well, they've actually figured out a way how to use him.
Like, yeah, they have. Yeah, he's like a Bengal now.
Yeah, he's a Bengal. Yeah, man.
He had those three sacks against Texans. It was one of the greatest games ever. It was crazy to see him back there. It's awesome.
Marlon Humphrey, Denzel Ward.
It does look like it looks like the AFC North got some good cornerbacks. Really.
Who else we got? I mean, I really like Greg Newsom. I don't know if you can put him in here. I also like Martin Emerson. I quite like the Browns secondary as much as I hate to friggin' say that. I'm gonna have a look back at the Bengals.
Kenny's gonna tear him up though. Kenny this year's gonna tear him up.
That's fine.
I don't think the Bengals have any guys, do they? They haven't got a good secondary. I can't see any names besides Hilton.
Yes. Cam Taylor Britt, Mike Hilton, Trey Flowers. Oh, I do like a Woozier as well. Daxton Hill. So they have listed Daxton Hill at safety. If I could only have 5, then
this is your Madden brain. Like, when you're playing Madden, I can't even imagine like you treat like a real franchise, and you just okay, this guy here, pay him $5 million. Okay, and this guy at slot. Like your Madden brain goes.
I development. Yeah, I don't know why I'm factoring into an all-star team, putting in development of players that
we're not even going to use, so not even going to play.
I probably still would put Daxton. Daxton Hill. I want to have a look back at the Ravens, but I do like Daxton Hill because what he can do in sub package. And
does the NFL actually do this? Does the NFL actually do the all AFC North team? Do they ever do that? They don't do that, do they?
Nah, they should. Imagine if they did that. That'd be hectic.
Oh, like State of Origin, AFC North.
Yeah, you do that. Maybe imagine if they did this. AFC North. They got all the 6 teams and they rotated it year in, year out, right? And then the AFC North would play like the NFC North, whatever. And even if those players were playing in the Super Bowl, obviously they don't make it. But instead of the Pro Bowl, you had 3 games the week before.
Yeah.
How much better would this freaking be?
It'd be funny to see teams like the Bengals and Steelers play together because they don't like each other. That would be 100%. Funny to see.
100%. Oh, Trayvon. Kyler Kelly, Humphrey. I reckon you do pick Daxton Hill just because of what you can do with him overall sub package. And he'll have a big year for the Bengals.
Here's an easy one. The no one's coming up next. Easy peasy, mate.
Oh, are we going 6 cornerbacks?
Well, I haven't got now 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many you need on the roster though. How many do you need on the roster? Five?
5
put
to
James
6.
Put James Pierre in there somewhere.
No. Well, everyone will go, why isn't Joey Porter there? But I'm probably picking Levi Wallace on this team before I'm
I forgot about Joey Porter. There's too many corners.
Let's see. Let's see how we go. All right. Yeah, that's plenty. All right. Now we're getting into outside linebackers.
Who plays what side? Whoever plays what side, I think TJ and Highsmith have to be there. I don't care about anyone else. I think they're king.
Okay.
I'm not choosing Clowning or what the bloke or Garrett. I think Garrett's overrated, and I don't like Garrett.
Well, Garrett's probably got to be in there for defensive end.
Yeah, but I'd say Highsmith. I don't like anyone else. That's the best duo in the league right there. I'm sorry, this is the real bias coming out now. I don't even care anymore. Although I do like Trey Hendrickson though. I think
I was going to say Trey Hendrickson, but you're probably playing more of a 4-3, and he's a DE in the 4-3.
Yeah, he's pretty good on the team though.
We can't. We have to put Ogunjobi in because he's played for almost every Like on that chemistry, if there was like a chemistry factor, you're like, Do we have to do that? Do we have to put him in there for that?
Yeah, I think so. That's a rule. He's played for. He must be one of the only players that I think has played for 3 of them. I'd probably say. Surely that he'd be one of the only ones that has done that.
I think I've spelled Ogunjobi right.
Do you reckon there'd be any other players who's played for 3 teams? Because Higland's played 2. I can't think of anyone else that I've seen. He must be up there. There's no one who's played 4 teams, right? No one's done 4. That'd be nuts.
Don't think so.
But Ogunjobi's played Browns and Bengals and didn't play for the Ravens. If he goes to the Ravens after this, that'd be insane. For a 1-year deal.
Nah, he'll finish his career out here, I think. He's a Steeler through and through now, I think. You press pause on the ads for Football Reference and it plays anyway. I don't know if anyone can hear that. But apologies.
Yeah, the audio cuts out a little bit. You're fine now. It's all good.
Okay, cool. Sam Hubbard's there as well. Sam Hubbard's not a bad player.
He's good too. Yeah, they got a pretty good defensive line, actually, the Bengals. They really do. Trey Hendrickson and Hubbard. This is why it's called the AFC North is tough football.
Oh, Logan Wilson as well. I like him. I reckon you're probably right with Highsmith. I mean, he had 14.5 sacks last year. So
yeah, I think he needs to be in there. Like I think as well, probably Garrett does need to be in there. I just don't like him though. I just don't like.
We'll put Garrett in there with DE.
Yeah, because he is always rated over TJ Watt. But if he had that side, it'd be fantastic. If he was a Steeler, it's insane already.
DJ Reader's pretty good at the Bengals. I mean, I've got Benton in there because I think he can play anywhere in DEDT. But Justin Matabuke is pretty good as well from the Ravens. So I think it'd be very odd not to have him in there. Who else is there? See, the Ravens defense was always good on paper, but practically last year they actually didn't. There's a lot of they didn't have like a standout guy. And Calais Campbell's not with them, so we can't pick that. He's with the Falcons, I think. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to. Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of Steelers. I mean, it makes sense. The Steelers D is really good. I'm just having a look at.
Well, I think so middle linebacker. Wouldn't you go that Patrick Queen bloke? Wouldn't he be up there?
Yeah.
He'd be up there, right? And maybe who's the other bloke from the Bengals? I think
Logan Wilson. He's a gun.
Or even Jermaine Pratt's pretty up there too, isn't he? He's pretty good.
Yeah, but he's more of that like box player.
What have the Browns got? Logan
Wilson plays like outside linebacker, but in the Steelers he'd be an inside linebacker because we're playing 2 inside linebackers. I actually think Holcomb would be up there, man.
Browns got a bloke.
Browns got
Jeremiah Owusu Koromowawa.
Yeah, I'd be picking him as flex.
So this is why the AFC North is just such a hard place to play.
I'm just gonna put JOK. No, I don't have to type that out. How many guys do you have on the defense?
I've just chosen like 50 people for the defense.
It's 21. How many people got in the offense?
Oh, wait, does it count for you? How'd you count them?
Yeah, it counts for you. That's why I do it in Excel. 25 plus 23. When I see Christian Kuntz, I just think sick Kuntz.
I think legend. I think the legend.
We got 49. We've got 4 players.
Really? After all of that?
Wow. We've got 4 players.
How
many defensive backs we got? We got 9, so that's about it. We probably need some more in here.
Like linebackers, like left hand side or right hand side there. Well, I don't know who would be back up behind TJ Watt and Highsmith. Because they play different schemes.
We picked Golden, man. You picked Golden.
Golden up there?
I think so.
Because
Logan Wilson can play outside linebacker. Any of these guys can come in and also play. Because remember, a lot of the AFC North plays 4-3, not 3-4.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's the. And I wouldn't pick Clowney either. I want to go back to. I'm going to look at the Browns defensive. Oh, now Pro Football Reference.
What about Roquan Smith? Is he up there or is he too old?
Oh yeah, how did we miss that? Yeah. So I'd probably put Logan Wilson, list him at ROLB because that's what he usually is, right? And then
Smith.
And then I'd move these guys down and you're playing Roquan Smith.
They have a pretty big middle linebacking core, don't they? The Ravens are pretty stacked.
It allows them to play in their flex sets.
Because those are 2 names that the Steelers were looking at. Well, fans wanted Queen or Smith, didn't they? In trades and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Queen at the start and then I'm a bit out on him, you know?
Do we need a QB3? Do we need Mason Rudolph in there?
Oh my God, you read my mind. I was going to say who else. Cause a bit of controversy. Man,
let me see who the backups are.
Telepathic link or something.
It's just the Australian vibes. Who are the backups? So Trevor Simeon is for the Bengals and Jake Browning. Never heard of Jake Browning in my life. Trevor Simeon. If Burrow goes down,
we've got 51. We've got 2 players, right?
Right.
2 players to pick for 53.
Maybe
we do have. So just going by it, we've only got 2 quarterbacks. Right, but we do have Lamar Jackson as a flex, so maybe we want to pick a 4th running back or 5th running back on this.
You can put Lamar Jackson as 3rd quarterback, but then we have like 3 starters or whatnot.
No, we're having him on halfback.
All right.
And then we've got 3 tight ends. You could possibly pick a 4th tight end. We've got 6 wide receivers. We have 8 offensive linemen. We have a kicker, punter, long snapper. We have 9 defensive backs. However, you could consider another safety, but I think we've got a lot of linebackers that are pretty flex.
We need a kick returner. We need a kick returner or a punt returner.
Okay.
So someone who would be designated for that. Who would be that you think?
Okay, I'll put that. I'll put that here.
Devin Duvernay, isn't he pretty good for the Ravens? He didn't take one back to their house.
Not bad. He's not bad. I mean, do we think about a Calvin Austin? How many did Duvernay take back last year?
I think he took 1 or 2 back to the house last year. I think.
Really?
I think so. Let me check. Even though he's got a funky last name, isn't Duvernay something? Isn't that what you put on your bed? Devin Duvernay. Yeah, I think he took 1 back. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, look, kick and punt returns.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't watch the Ravens football.
Back. He took 1 back.
Just 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 to their house.
He made the Pro Bowl, but he made the Pro Bowl for it. So yeah, Duvernay. You can't argue with that. I like him. He's an ex-Texas Longhorn, so I'll go with that.
But I just put him just for receiving the football. That's what I would do. You know what I mean?
He's not a bad wide receiver either. Like if you use him right, I've never felt they've used him right.
J Devil says Gunner.
Absolutely not. Gunner doesn't even make my 53. Sorry. I was wondering whether we go a bit crazy and we pick Calvin Austin, but
How many receivers got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 receivers. Could do.
Yeah.
Depends who's going to be offensive coordinator. If we have Matt Canada, then we have to choose, Calvin Austin for the sweeps.
we'd probably pick the Bengals offensive coordinator.
You wouldn't choose Matt Canada, the 18 points per game?
He's such a smart ass.
Holy dooly.
I love it.
Hey? Imagine Matt Canada in a room full of other offensive coordinators. What do you feel like? What do you just,
He'd feel like a fish out of water.
Hey, Owen's here. G'day, Owen.
Hey, Alan.
What's going on?
All right. Well, let's look at it.
Yeah, let's have a look. I want to see this.
So I want to make sure we got the 53 after all that. 26. We got 52. We still got another player.
One more player. What are we missing?
I reckon we're missing another running back or a defensive tackle or defensive end.
Running back wise.
Who else have we got? I'm just trying to think Steelers. Who else we've got? I mean, I kind of think about DJ Reader.
You forgot the best player, mate. Mac Hippenhammer, number 14, receiver. Put him on.
He's not on. I'm trying to think who else we've got on the Steelers.
So we got the fullback, we got Hammer, a few running backs, we got defensive ends done. The O-line looks pretty good. Slot corner. It feels like it must be a lot of people because there's a lot of people.
I'd probably put Keanu Neal in there as another defensive back.
5 teams guy.
Yeah.
Owen says, "Where's Marcus Allen?"
Left, right, out.
I used to be left, right, out when I was playing soccer. It was the worst position ever. Never played.
Warm the bench.
Yeah.
We probably could pick another corner, actually.
How many corners got? 1, 2, 3, 5. So 6 corners. I'm okay with Neil. I think Neil's going to have a good season. That's why I like Cards. Neil, okay.
Because Delpit can play corner as well. So, all right. Let's review it to close out the show. I was thinking we do a nice 45 minute, but that's all right. All right. So, we're going to go one by one. So Joe Burrow and Kenny Pickett for cornerbacks. We've got Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, Lamar Jackson.
You got to read what JJ said.
I kind of need you to read it because I'm.
He says JJ52 says Steelers signed Dalvin Cook to play left.
Oh, Hungy, of course they do.
To play left tackle.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, did they really sign him? Did they really sign Dalvin Cook?
No. All right. So then we got Patrick Ricard and Connor Hayward at fullback, two probably very different fullbacks. I mean, Patrick Ricard's a guy who's practically an offensive lineman that can run. We've got that in Darnell Washington. So can you imagine running Lamar behind Patrick Ricard and Darnell Washington? Oh my God. That'd be nuts.
He is quick though. Like he's a tall guy, but he's fast. And why not? Why not use him in certain plays? I think it'd be cool to see.
Oh my God, it would be nuts.
Joe Burrow handing the ball off to Lamar Jackson would be insane.
The lights, man. Imagine the RPO on that when he flicks it out the back. That's like
both can pass. Yeah.
Oh man, the Wildcat. They bring Lamar Jackson in for the Wildcat.
Well, I guess some people wouldn't be too scared because maybe they can't pass that down the field, right? But still, he is a talented quarterback.
But you wouldn't know, right? Because you don't know what they're going to do.
But he does. But he got sometimes he got the most rushing. He's a fast guy, elusive. Just think he's not big enough to be a running back. So you just got to make sure he stays healthy and safe.
Yeah. So right now, actually, we'll recap how many Steelers we have once we get to the offense. So then we go into tight end Andrews Freeman with Washington. We've done that because of Washington's ability to be like a 6 offensive lineman. I think makes sense. He's a big weapon, particularly when they've got to think about Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Deontay Johnson, Pickens. I probably have Pickens. I'd probably swap these guys around, to be honest, just because I think who I'd want on the field and combat catches. But that's because it's wide receiver 3. Then you go Deontay as your backup to Chase. Obviously, in some ways, quite similar players. And then you've got Amari Cooper there backing up T. Higgins. I mean, I think if T. Higgins was used in the right way, he's actually the best wide receiver in the AFC North. Then you got Bateman and Duvernay as well. Duvernay we've got from a kick returner perspective, so I'm actually just going to specify that there.
I think he was the best in the AFC North, I'm pretty sure.
He was, and he made the Pro Bowl for the AFC. So then you got Ronnie Stanley, left tackle, backed up by Broderick Jones. And I also think Chooks could have made right tackle, but there's just too many good offensive linemen. Then we've got Siamalu, Cole, and Daniels as an interior. 1, because they play together. 2, Daniels actually is the best right guard if you really look at it, or equal best right guard in the AFC North. And Siamalu was a really good guard for the Eagles, played in the Super Bowl. It's hard to close him out from Teller, but it shows you how much the Steelers have improved their interior offensive line through the last few years. And a lot of people sometimes overweight the tackles. But if you ask a lot of quarterbacks like a Manning, like a Breeze, they did really well because they had really good interior offensive linemen. So, I think that makes sense. So on the offense, the Steelers have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 of the, I think it's 26 on offense. It's almost half the offense, the Steelers.
12 players, that's all right. I like that. Because of tight ends and our receivers, Pickens, they're going to, start balling out. So I like it.
Makes you feel a little bit biased, but when you actually have a look at it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, but we're always going to be biased. We're Steelers fans. Okay, it's fine. It's hard for me to put Joe Burrow number 1, but it is
interesting not to have Allen Robinson on here, but we already had
too many receivers, man. It's too many.
Yeah,
it's too many people. We got 12, right? That's not bad. So half the offense is.
And look, if we had another spot, you could probably put Linderbaum there as backup center, but I think Cole is better than Linderbaum. If I'm picking this tomorrow, I'm picking Cole over Linderbaum. So, all right. Then we move
defense.
Okay, we're moving to the defense. So here, Mark, while I highlight things, what positions stood out to you as being what kind of surprised you in how we picked this?
Well, maybe the safeties, because I don't know too much about the other guys, so maybe the safeties, but I like Minka for sure. Minka's all pro. I think if you had this defense, it'd be insane, by the way, looking at it. Cameron Haywood, Highsmith, Roquan, TJ Watt, lockdown corners and Humphrey. Ward is a good cornerback too. Peterson, Hilton off the edge, Minka at the back. Like I said, don't know the safeties, but I think, yeah.
Go, you can watch some Ronnie Harrison highlights and you'll be devastated.
I can't even. Don't even know who he is. So, yeah, I think.
Look, it is pretty radical that we don't have Tucker in there. But remember, we said this team are playing at Acrisure or Heinz Field. And
I don't get how he gets.
We trust Boz. We trust Boz at home. And Boz is a quality bloke. Tucker,
to me, yes, he's the best in the league, but he gets so much praise and then no one else gets anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because Boz was only 2% behind him. 2% in accuracy behind him.
It also was very hard to put Myles Garrett on this list because of what a dick he is.
Jerk. Yeah, it is hard. But I do like the defensive line. Haywood, Ogunjobi, Trey, is it Hendrickson? He's a good player too.
He's a really
like
player.
Him. So he's the one you got to fear in those games coming off the edge to chase down Kenny.
So we have 13 on special teams and defense.
So
we have 25 of the 53 All AFC North teams.
It makes sense, though. It does make sense. You know, But at the same time, they're good players, though.
That's
Cameron
what I mean.
Hayward,
It's not. There's
yeah.
nothing. There's nothing you can't really contest anything here. Well, I mean you can, but like
The only
it's
two
not
I would
like
probably take away would maybe be like Boswell or Christian Kuntz. You know, come out
I
a
think
little
Kuntz
bit.
is probably the best long snapper. Benton, some people might question, but the flex that he can provide and allow Hayward, 3.
What did they call him the other day? They called him a big dancing bear or something, didn't they?
Yeah, man, he's a freak.
They called him something really odd.
The thing that stands out to me though is like, there's not more Bengals.
They suck. That's why.
I know.
Oh, hey, by the way,
but we've only got 8 Bengals in there, right? Whereas we've got way more Ravens.
Can I tell you something? I got a video coming out tomorrow in Still Oz, so check it out. How many in the chat right now? Because I will spoil the
We had 8. We had, I think.
All right, so everyone
had a few.
Watch tomorrow in Still Oz, or watch now. Tomorrow is the 20th. Wait, 20,000. How do you say it? 20,000 days since the Bengals started playing football. Their very first game was 20,000 days ago. How crazy is that?
I know.
20,000 days. So I looked it up. For some reason I looked it up a few days ago. When did they start their first game? And I was like, it was 19,996 when I saw it, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to make a video about it. So I give a big shout out for them playing the game for 20,000 days in a row with 0 Super Bowls, you losers. So make sure you watch it tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow. 20,000 days in the league that they've officially played, and you've won nothing. Nothing at all.
I love it.
0. Imagine that, Matty, being a fan for 30, 56 years and nothing.
So, any final thoughts on the All AFC North team?
That is my final thoughts. The Bengals suck. I'd probably say Joe Burrow would get hit by Hayward in practice, and Kenny Pickett would start. And then you'd start seeing Kenny Pickett hand off to Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I think Darnell Washington would carry Johnson when he picked up the ball to move the ball forward. It's a good roster overall. It's a hard roster. That's why it's hard. It's going to be hard to win the AFC North. But yeah, 20,000 days tomorrow. Video. Maurice says video of lowlights. It's a good video. I give him a shout out at the same time. It's like, you losers. Like, how do you not win in 56 years? That's like going to the bar or to the pub and not buying a beverage or buying a beer. Could you imagine that? How weird that would feel?
Yeah, man.
JW says, good on them for consistency.
That's great.
Oh, it's just, I hope they never win. And honest to goodness, I hope the Bengals never win until I fall over in 2088. You know what I mean? Like when it's Back to the Future, like kind of stuff. I just hope the Bengals never win anything. So yeah, tomorrow is their celebration or their milestone day of 20,000 days since they played a game. You know, they lost their first game too, by the way. 31-13 against San Diego Chargers. Yeah. You know their first season, the Bengals. I should make a Bengals channel. I just hate them. The Bengals first season, they won 3 games. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, they went 3-10 or something like that because they only played 13 games.
Well, they end up in the draft for next year.
I have no idea. Well, they won 3 games. They won their first 2 home games, but they lost the other
That's
ones.
a good start.
But they lost the first week. So yeah, man. It's amazing because even I guess the Browns too. How long have the Browns been in the league for? The Browns been in the league for when were they founded? Of course, they changed the teams to the Ravens and whatnot. But when did they history? They've been in the league since like what, the 50s? They've never won one. I just love that. I just think it's so funny. When was this start? 1944. So they've even been even longer. Is that right? Didn't the Browns turn into the Ravens or something, Matty? Is that right?
Yeah, because they went and became the Baltimore Colts. Yeah.
They since 1944. It's been over like 28,000 days since the Browns won a Super Bowl. I guess they've won championships too, but you know.
I can't get over that stupid gremlin logo, whatever he is, elf,
The
ugly
elf.
thing, the gnome.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know if they're a helmet. They don't know if they're a dog. And I love dogs. They don't know if they're an elf.
It just doesn't make any sense, man. It looks crap.
Yeah, but it is funny that in the AFC North, we all these great players, and still 2 teams have yet to win a Super Bowl from our division, which is fantastic.
Steelers need the 7th skin. Oh my gosh, that takes it home to close out the show. Skids the elf. Marky D, as always.
Go Steelers. Here we go.
Thanks, guys, for listening. And gals.